Well, Claire, we're in Bay St. Louis here. I've sort of been tracking you all day. Your truck was one of the first things I saw when I came, and it's pretty interesting. But you weren't there. Truck was there. Your friends were there. They put me in touch with you, and there's a band right there. Can't do anything. So you finally showed up. We finally moved it here. So let's talk about your truck. What do you say?
That sounds awesome.
So what is this monster?
It's a 72 C50. It's a grain truck. It's out of Illinois, and it's still got the original tag on it, out of Illinois where we bought it. And we even left a little sticker where it was last inspected up there as well.
2010?
Yeah, in 2010.
Wow. So how long ago did you buy it?
We bought it, I want to say it was April, which would have been 2 years ago that we bought the truck. So we were gathering all of our parts up for all the different, like the chassis and all the other trucks. We started September 2 years ago on the project.
And here we go.
Okay,
so were you looking for this specifically?
We wanted either the 64 through the 66 cab body style, or this body style is the ones we wanted. This is from 67 all the way to 72.
Oh, that long. And what year is this?
This is the 72. This is the 72. Last year. 73
really?
is when they went to the square body.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a big truck.
A big truck.
And you've done an awful lot to it. So what's it sitting on?
It's sitting on a 94 Dodge 2500 chassis. It's a regular cab, long wheelbase chassis. That's what it's sitting on.
So it's a Dodge chassis and you got a Chevy on that. How does that fit?
Well, you just got to make all of your cab mounts and all for it to work. I mean, so I left the motor and transmission in it, put the cab up and kept playing with the cab. So then I string lined to make sure that I had the wheel as close to center as I could.
Yeah.
And I still had enough clearance in the front, so then that way the radiator and all would fit and I could still have a fan. I only have one fan on it, which it keeps it cool, but only one fan. That's all that'll fit in it.
Wow. So I mean, was it like, you have it on a chain hoist or something?
No, I've got my shop at home, I have 2 lifts. Okay. And so I took the cab and literally underneath the step and underneath this front fender, I literally just picked the cab up and had it right up in the air, and then I would let it down on the frame and then pick it back up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, how handy. Well, I dig it, because now you really haven't modified the cab too much?
The cab is the original paint.
Oh, no kidding.
No, I clear coated the truck. That's exactly correct. I left the dents. This had a nice sized dent here, and I went in there and a little small porta power and kept playing and massaged the dent out, so it wasn't as bad. And I wanted the original mirrors, original glass, all the interiors original except for the seat cover.
Wow. So I mean, it's a wide truck.
Wide truck. It looks like a Tonka toy.
It does. The whole thing does look like a toy. So is that all in then Dodge?
No. That is the aftermarket set of gauges with the original bezel.
Okay.
I took the heater controls out. I did not cut or modify the dash. That was where the heater controls and that radio fit in. Then I made the bracket for it to fit in, and then I made a little insert. So then that way it covered it where the original radio was. Yeah. And then I made a small little center console so I could put my gauges and my air ride and all in, and then I could bring the wires up through the bottom of the floor.
And all those aftermarket Chevy gauges communicate just fine with this Dodge?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
But now, if you really think about it, it's all pretty much mechanical. All you have is a temperature gauge, and then you have an oil sending unit, and then the speedometer is off of GPS now.
Oh, okay.
And I did buy an alternator that's supposed to be a one-wire alternator that comes to the tach. It does not work correctly. So the tach is not right, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me.
Man, and so everything here is what it was except for the seat cover. These are pretty fancy door panels for a grain truck.
Yeah, well, I wished I could. I asked the guy if he could take my seat cover and stitch my seat cover, but he said that he could not. Yeah. Because the other seat cover wasn't ripped, and it was beautiful. Oh. So that's why we went with a different seat cover. But it's the original. Everything is original.
But even these door panels, those are fancy.
Yeah, this was the fancier style. Even the seat cover even had this little stuff in the seat cover.
Embossing? That's nice.
And I lost it when I went to the seat cover.
Oh wow! But you got a knee knocker AC.
Well, you can't put it in the center because the center for the firewall comes so far into the truck. That's how far it is. That's literally all you get. So my wife wants air conditioning. So what do? You put air conditioning in it.
And you put it on her side.
On her side.
That's great. Well, now the bed is really wide. What did you do here?
Right,
This, I mean, what's
this is, yeah, it's a half-ton bed. It's a long wheelbase bed, and so we widened the bed 17.5 inches.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot. So, but that way I didn't have to modify the fenders.
Right.
So you see, and that's what I was trying to make was something different from everybody else. Everybody else was taking the fenders, cutting the fenders and making the fenders 2 inches, 4 inches, 6, 8 inches wider,
right,
and then doing it on a fleet side bed.
Right.
Well, I wanted to do it on a step side bed. That way, these are all original. And so I've made filler pieces for them to go further down, so the steps would match the steps on the truck.
Right.
Then so the fenders are lowered 5.5 inches, and then I also made the fillers underneath the exhaust that's also that 5.5 inches. So that way the steps are even with the steps on the truck.
Pretty fancy bending. What do you use an English wheel? Or
what I done, the pieces is shelving material. Somebody had given me shelving material 10 years ago, and I still had some of it. And so I went in there and took the shelving material and made slits all in it and kept bending and bending until I got the right bend to it.
No kidding. And then tacked them together?
And then tacked it all back together.
You know, I hear that refrigerators and washing machines are great sheet metal for restoration too. I never knew that.
Yep.
But shelving material.
Shelving material. In fact, on the other side, on the piece, it's upside down. If I knew what I knew now, it would have been the other side. But it's the name of the shelving material on it, and it's from Illinois.
There you go.
Shelving material.
So how about the tailgate?
Okay,
though?
the tailgate and the front piece is from your 60 model to the 66 model for the front piece. So I cut somewhere around 1 inch or 1.5 inches off both sides. So then the tailgate is also that same era. So the tailgate is just it's not cut, not modified.
So it was this wide?
Yes.
Okay.
This is for a fleet side truck.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, now, you had this tonneau open before.
Yes.
And it's pretty impressive. Can you open that up?
Absolutely. So I've got my locks on the inside.
Okay.
So to open it, little push pins.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. So I've got them on the little hydraulics.
Yeah. So, okay, tell me about that.
Okay, the frame is a '94 Dodge 2500.
Okay.
And so we cut 10.5 inches out of the frame, and then C-notched it, and then all of the tubing. We went and bought a tubing bender to bend all of the pipes. I'd rigged a Yamaha Rhino 20 years ago, and so we had a bunch of that pipe left over, and then we went and bought a couple of other sticks of pipe. But that's how we got all of those bends, just so for your shocks to work. You don't just say, hey, I need them for a 94, because they're not going to fit.
That ain't going to work.
So you have to really try to figure out exactly how high you're going to make it, so that way you know exactly what shock you're going to go with, because you got 10.5 inches of travel when you air up the shock all the way, the bags all the way.
That's a lot.
10.5 inches.
Wow.
And there's 9.5 inches in the front of travel.
My goodness.
All the way.
And that's your air tank there?
Yeah, that is the air tank. It's got a 6-gallon air tank on it, and then it's got 580 compressors. It's got 2 Optima batteries. So I've got this battery looped around, then I got a big massive fuse panel underneath where the air tank is at. So that's where all the air ride stuff is. So all of the air ride, the relays and all the stuff is all nice and pretty all up underneath the truck.
Wow.
And then that little box is what runs, is a Bluetooth. That's what runs the air ride. I kid you not. Yeah.
Well, it even flashes blue.
It flashes
flashing
blue.
At me.
It needs to flash red, is what it needs to flash. And I know it can do it, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, so bring this down, because the other thing that I noticed is, and I can see it now, because I thought this was wood or something, but this is aluminum.
It's aluminum. Frank Miles, he's in Alabama, and he sells these bed kits. Any kind of mural, any kind of wood, anything you could possibly think of, he can take a digital picture of it and he can make it.
And so this is all just printed on this aluminum.
Yeah, it's just stickers, and he put all the stickers on it. So when I got it, all the stickers were on it when I got it.
Wow.
So those hinges come from him, and so did the little latches right here come from him as well.
That really looks great. It's pretty cool. So I heard this thing, and it makes some noise.
It makes noise.
Let's go look at what's under the hood.
All right, let's do it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was hearing.
That's what you was hearing, that loud 12 valve Cummins, yes.
Man, so that was already on the frame, and you just left it there.
Yes.
And then worked the cab around
That's correct. And so the C50s, the cab different is how much the firewall actually goes back in the C50s. So, and the nose is so short. So when you look at the hood, how short this hood is to like a regular C10 is.
It's because the engine's back in the passenger compartment.
It's all back there in the back. Exactly right.
So did you have to rework that firewall?
No, the only thing I've done with the firewall is literally when the exhaust pipe goes down, I went in there and trimmed a little bit of that and then massaged it back. That's the only bit that I've done actually to the firewall.
I can see. You know, I got to ask you though, is that antifreeze?
Yes,
is that antifreeze?
Yes, that is antifreeze.
What do you got going on there, Claire?
Well, I was playing around and blew the head gasket on it.
Really?
I did. So
got on it a little.
I got on it a little too hard, and so now I went and got the truck and trailer. That's why I missed you.
Yeah.
So I went and got the truck and trailer. So we're gonna, as soon as we get down out of here, we're gonna go load it up. I've already ordered the head gaskets and all. We rented a house. We're gonna go back. We're gonna rip the head off. We're gonna put the head gasket on.
You're gonna change the head gasket
tonight. Tonight. We're doing it tonight.
Well, you know, actually, other than being ridiculously heavy, that looks pretty straightforward.
It is. It's really simple to work on. It's really nice. I mean, the mechanical part, there's no wires except for you got a coolant temp sensor to unplug your lines, pull the valve covers off. The exhaust manifold will come off to the side, and then the head comes right off.
What does it weigh, though? I mean, that's got to be.
I would imagine at least 100 pounds.
Wow.
So that's going to be fun fishing it out of the hole.
Yeah. Well, you got a buddy, so that'll help. But I'm telling you, Blair, close it back up because this is just amazing. Like I saw it, and actually my cameraman saw it. Said you got to see this truck.
Yeah.
And he was right. It's extremely cool. And now I understand why you were gone for so long. You were searching for parts.
Right. I got on the web and found the closest O'Reilly's. Called them up, told them who I was and what was going on. They said, "How can we help?" O'Reilly's was a big help.
They took care of you, huh?
So we buy a lot of O'Reilly parts where we live. We live in the Panhandle. We're about 50 miles north of Panama City, and so we use O'Reilly's, and so they were willing and eager to help us, which is great.
Well, this is cool. 72, what, C50. C50, grain truck, Chevy on a Dodge frame with a Cummins diesel and some crazy work back. This is great. I love it.
Thanks you so much.
Thanks, Claire. Way cool.